Hello, goodbye.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Nuuli Forged. My mic keeps doing this thing where it forgets that it has a job to fucking do. And,
One job, in fact.
yeah,
One job.
yeah. And the fucking OBS is like, nope, it's muted. Why is it muted? It's the same output, or input it's always been. It's just, it's raging. Anyway, hello everyone. Welcome to Nuuli Forged. We are a 5e actual play stream where we play in the world of Nuuli, which came out of my brain, and 6 of my friends are brave enough to play in because it's the summer and our brains are melting. I've got it. Thank you for the Pikachus. It's wonderful to see you back again. We missed you last week, but we hope you had fun off doing your things. Let's see. Amber, who plays Ozo, will not be available this evening. We hope she's having fun wherever she is, which we do know, but we're not saying because that'd be weird. And
Isn't
Mike,
she at work or something boring like that?
no, she's off on a trip.
Okay.
Mike, who plays Renata, will be along in a few moments, so we'll get him rolled in when that happens. In the meantime, let's have our lovely contestants here. Roll me a D31. Dun dun dun. We are episode 46 tonight. This is our second campaign, and there's a lot of stuff happening on. We're going to get a recap here real quick. All right, with an 18, let's go around, introduce yourself really quick, your character, and answer the question, how healthy is your character? And you can interpret that in any number of ways you like. How healthy are they? And we're going to start at the top with Sarah.
Hey, I am Sarah, and I play Andra Granspark, the halfling wizard. I would say that she's not like chronically ill or anything, but she's probably not in the best of health, considering she is just barely learning to take care of herself, and went to the jungle recently with like no food.
Fair enough.
If there's anything like diagnosable wrong with her, so much as she's just not so great at being a grown up yet.
Eventually, you have to eat something more than dino nuggets and French fries.
Yeah, and weird mushrooms you find on islands, or weird fruits that you find on islands.
Yeah.
Who's making these rules?
Your body, I guess.
Yeah.
Speaking of bodies, next up we got Matt.
Oh, hey, I'm Matt with a body this time. And I play Corvus, the changeling rogue of the Phantom flavor.
Were you previously disembodied?
Well, we don't like talking about or in English. Yeah, physically I'd say they're probably healthy. Mentally, they have definitely had some things that have done some damage to them as a child.
Fair enough. Next up, we've got Tanner.
Hi, I'm Tanner. I'm playing Lunine, the Hexblood Fey Knight. And, yeah, physically healthy, yes. Borderline starting a gambling addiction. Also, yes.
Fair enough.
So, no? I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh.
Lunine's
That.
Lunine's in an interesting spot these days, so we'll have to check in on Lunine later. And then rounding out the 4 this evening, we've got Jeff.
Hello, I am Jeff. I play Selenar, an elf druid, and physically I'd say he's not like overly athletic, but he is in good shape. He's definitely starting to feel, I think, a little homesickness, and he's got some worldviews that I don't think are particularly great. But, don't we all? So, whatever.
Fair enough. And my name is Jared. I play everyone and everything else that is not the 6-player characters. And some people are perfectly fit in the world, and others are a disaster. It all just kind of depends on the roll of the die. Because we roll dice? No? Okay, anyway. Moving on. That all being said, let's dive into last time on Nuuli Forged, shall we? Last time on Nuuli Forged, Andra and Selenar did recon on the slab, the prison holding Lunine and Ozo. They managed to sneak Idea, Andra's undead rat familiar, into the prison, where this little undead rat was able to make contact with Ozo and Lunine. Meanwhile, Corvus was able to get Book of Tales to arrange a plan to get her some high-level assistance on removing her curse. Eventually, the free members of the party reunited at the hovel that was once was Renata's home, with Corvus learning that the ghost he had seen along the way was actually an illusion cast by a feline. In his guise of an old man, he spoke to the caster, whom he had spotted among the rooftops. But this feline was quickly annoyed with Corvus, and so our rogue friend retreated. And as soon as Corvus went to take another look, the caster had disappeared. Returning to the others, they all caught each other up on their various adventures. As Corvus described the image of the ghostly woman, Renata recognized the exact description of his mother, and also identified the caster as a figure from his past, known as Rhymes in the Dark. A fear beginning to crease across Renata's heart here in this once a home, now a hovel, but still a house. Renata fled to the window and spied out while his friends Selenar, Corvus, and Andra look on. Renata peeked outside and saw 2 other figures in an alley across the way. One seemingly nervously waving 2 sticks around in the air, possibly someone he once knew as Jamal. The other a towering feline figure who could only be his comrade, his old former comrade, Quick to Ire. So we are going to pick up in an interesting place. What we are going to do in this moment is we are going to flash over to the slab to a tiny iron-barred cell where a particular fighter waits in the dark, in the dim, smoky light cast by a variety of semi-burnt out torches or like hooded lanterns. There's enough light to see walking around, but not enough so you could like read a book by, you know? It's like this place is kept perpetually murky. Probably to mentally screw with those who are imprisoned here. So, Lunine, as you are sitting on the like 2 planks of wood that make up the resting area in this cell, which is not very comfortable and is not very large, a strange sound comes to you, and it takes you a moment to realize that it is the sound of sandaled feet walking in your direction. I'd like you to make a perception check for me. Maybe. Great. Cool.
I'm just gonna spend a second win because why not?
Yeah. Definitely okay to do.
19.
Nice. Very nice. So with a 19, what you get is not only the stepping of what sounds to you like well-made sandals. Like they're not like flip-floppy, making like flop noise. They're like the brushing of like fine soles of whatever sandals are made of in this land on the ground, as well as the swishing of robes. You also catch on the occasional gust of, not a breeze necessarily, but just like flowing ahead of the person, like a spiced, almost metallic perfume. Not unpleasant, but just sort of different and not something you have smelled in this location before. And indeed, you see the Feline High Magister who sentenced you before, burning sands of the shining sea. Dun-colored fur, like a browny sand-colored fur with maybe a couple stripes in it. Little difficult to know. And speaking of, we have our glorious friend. Welcome, Mike.
Hello, everyone.
Hello. We're just checking in with Lunine real quick here. So this amber-eyed, dun-furred Feline in the flowing black and white robes with the little cloth of gold capelet has come to you, and you were attempting to get some sleep and not succeeding too well. This place is designed to like lets you get like enough rest to live, but like it's like you're getting like an hour here, an hour there, so you can't ever like really achieve like a full rest. Obviously designed to keep prisoners suboptimal, you know what I mean? But you catch, indeed, he has come to your cell very late in the evening, or perhaps very early in the morning. It's a little hard to know, but it is a time when you feel like you should be asleep. And he is standing there without guards. And he looks into your cell. Lunine of the Fey Realm.
Yes.
I felt it important to inform you that the claims you have made against the wizard Pouch of Smoke appear to have merit.
Ah, good to know that I was right.
I wouldn't go that far yet. There is still some evidence to be researched and delved into, and the truth to be found. There are legal matters. It is possible that while attending to these and clearing these up, your sentence may be reduced. I will also be informing your companion of this. However, I want to disabuse you of the notion that you will simply walk out scot-free. Even if you did have, as you claim, good intentions, crimes were committed. Do you understand?
Of course.
Very well. I will leave you to your rest. And he walks away. As he walks away, Lunine, go ahead and make an insight check for me as well.
I'm so used to not having that skill again.
Yeah. And you would...
Natural 20.
Very nice. Because you would normally have disadvantage because of your exhaustion. But I was going to give you advantage on this roll anyway. On a natural 20... you get something that you've probably figured out, but a little bit more than that. Burning Sands of the Shining Sea is someone who is obsessed with justice, the letter of the law. The two are not always the same, and it seems like the case that you have pled to him, that you were trying to do something good, even though you knew you were breaking some rules, seems to have appealed to some part of his nature. And you get the sense also, and importantly, that he is very excited, might not be the right word, but very interested in pursuing this case against Pouch of Smoke. And you get the sense that it's less about Pouch of Smoke and more about the connections Pouch of Smoke has. So you get a feeling, you're not quite sure exactly, but it's like you come from a noble house in the Fey realm, and you know when people are using other people, and it seems like that's what he's doing.
Okay.
Like he's using Pouch of Smoke as a stepping stone.
Got you.
I will say, on a natural 20 insight check, you also get a sense that Burning Sands of the Shining Sea, the presence that he has is much more than any Feline has any right to have. There is something more to Burning Sands. Something stronger, something more powerful, something older. You're not quite sure what that something more is, but there is something more to him.
Okay.
Yeah. And that is where we will leave you wondering what could possibly be more in depth with this strange Feline that you have just had.
Is it maybe not dissimilar to maybe the presence of more powerful Fae figures I've met? Just like
I would
exuded?
I would say it does not feel familiar in that way, but definitely like a presence similar to that, but not like that. Very different, but that pressure of something that is like so impressive that they just, by being and existing, they exude something that others can sometimes detect.
So is it maybe stronger than that lion that we met?
Very different feel, and definitely more palpable than the dandelion.
But it's like that, like a magical presence is what you're trying to say, like a I guess like a
not necessarily. It could just be something about like his like charisma or his air of being. It is decidedly impressive, whatever it is.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Meanwhile, back at the House Not a Hovel, Renata, gazing out into the alley across the street, you have perhaps identified two figures from your past. You have identified, or perhaps identified, Quick to Ire and Jamal. And you have informed your three companions thusly as of the end of the last episode.
Right.
And the three of you have heard these names for the first time just now. As you are looking out, kind of noting these familiar forms, familiar but different, I'd like you to make an insight check as you are getting a bead on them, while your friends perhaps look at each other to figure out what they're going to do with this information.
A natural one.
You're dead. You're screwed.
Right.
You are screwed. You don't know what their plan is. You can't tell if they know that you're there or if your cover's blown. But it's bad that they're there. Maybe it's scary. Like, why would they be watching your house? This is terrible. Like, it's unfathomable to you what they could possibly want. But it's irking you, and you can't really form cogent thoughts and processes about it.
I think Corvus would be interested in watching Renata's reaction to whatever they're seeing outside.
Yeah, make an insight check for me, if you'd be so kind, dear. And you can have advantage because it's Renata and you know him fairly well at this point.
So if your friends are
Good.
outside, why don't you invite them in?
So with a 16, Corvus, what you get off of Renata is he is shocked that they're there. And he's kind of in a state of, I don't know what to do.
Maybe I blacked out for a hot second. So you said the three of us heard the names, but did Renata actually mention their names out loud?
He did at the end of the last episode, yeah.
Oh, gotcha. That's right. You had a whole little thing about your worlds come crashing in.
Yep.
This will make for a great song. Just remember that. If you leave.
This is why we came here, right? So you could write more music.
So Corvus will, after taking some of this in, will say, Renata, should we be preparing for anything in particular? Perhaps unwanted guest?
You guys are probably okay. I think
mean-
they're after me.
I'm gonna walk up to Renata. Oh, go ahead
So-
while they're talking. Oh, I lost Mike for a second.
Sorry. Sorry. My computer did something weird. I don't know. I don't know if it was my computer. What was the last thing you said? You walked up to
I
me
was gonna walk
and-
up to you, but I didn't. I just caught that you were still talking when I said that, so I kind of stepped on it.
Yeah. So exactly what I said. I'm in trouble. You guys are not. You're fine.
Do you think they would help us?
What? Help you kick my butt? Sure. Yeah. Yeah. If you guys want to kick,
Why are you in trouble? What'd you do to them?
and I look at Corvus.
I'm like facing you, Renata now. Corvus is.
So I had a band with those guys, and I very abruptly left the band. And I thought bygones would be bygones by now, and that they would forgive and forget. But I see that they've been staking out my house.
Corvus is gonna put his hands on Renata's shoulders, look at him in the eyes, and say, "We can talk more about the past of this later. I want you to focus for a second. What do you need from us right now? You think you can talk your way out of this?"
Renata takes a beat and finds his nerve again and goes, "Yeah, I can talk my way out of anything." So if we were to ignore them, our current plan was just to wait here until we hear back from Book of Tales.
Corvus
Book of
was
Tales is not-
taking the box. Did you take the box to Book of Tales already?
That's already done. Book
Okay.
of Tales had it, turned it into the police, the authorities, the whole thing. I just need to follow up with Book of Tales, presumably on the next business day at Rabid Scorpion.
Right.
So presumably
Right.
we're
So we
spending
just
the
have
night
to
here
hang
again.
out. We're spending the night here again.
We're basically laying low because everyone out there wants us dead or in jail.
Right. Well, I mean, they're not ambushing this place, so either they are waiting for me to step out, or maybe they don't even know I'm here. They only saw you, Corvus, right?
Well, they saw someone come inside, but it wasn't me.
Okay, old man Jack. That's right, old man Jack. They saw.
So hopefully,
Um,
all they think is there's some feeble old man holed up inside here for now.
That doesn't sound like it would be a deterrent to them coming in.
Well, do they have any business with anyone living in this house other than Renata?
Well, that's the thing. No one lives here, so it could be just that their suspicions have been raised, seeing a stranger take up residence in the home of their greatest enemy.
I will remind you that I did read some scribble on the street corner that suggests that someone is aware that there were 3 of you in here the first night. Can't tell you for certain if it's them. Do you think they've worked out some code amongst themselves? Anything that might look like this? And I'll sort of show them a little bit of scribbling of thieves' cant. Ever seen any of that before? Is that something your band would know?
I'm gonna guess no, unless Jared, you want to interject and say that I do know this.
You don't know anything about thieves' cant.
Does it? Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Nope, that was like gibberish to me.
Well, the good news is there's a small chance that someone else has been watching your house and not your fellow band members.
What does it say?
It just says 3 in the house. This address. Or something like that. I can't remember the exact words of Jared. But it's basically like a note that someone is marking that there were 3 people in here in a previously abandoned.
Yeah, and when we set off the alarms, it was Selenar, Andra, and I who first stayed inside before you came along. So, damn, that sounds like they know we're here.
Well, they know somebody's here.
They know 3 of us are here. My initial thought is to stay inside. I think if they were to come in, then maybe we can use the tight quarters of this small house to our advantage if it comes down to battle. Plus, we don't want to go out into the streets and raise any more call to the guards. We're already in a bit of trouble.
You should go look out that window again and see if they've made any advancement. And then while he's doing that, Corvus would like to look around and see if there's anywhere that he could sort of disappear for a hot, like, if he were to need to lie in ambush. Is there something resembling furniture left behind that he could hide behind, or does he need to go to the next room?
There's no furniture, but it's dark and shadowy in here because there is no, like, it's a barren place. It's just like trash and whatever people left behind or destroyed.
So long
There's
as
not
we
like a
don't
closet or
suddenly
anything.
cast light or some such.
Well, there's no lights in here either, remember?
I know, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, it's so long as it's dark, I can hide. But the moment one of us needs to see and we cast light on exposed, is what you're saying. Okay. Well, I could slip into a dark corner if need be.
I'll see what they're up to. I send Mr. Whiskers out the window and look through his eyes.
They
All
have
right.
probably noticed the owl by now too, admittedly.
I don't know, he's very small.
3 people,
Cool.
an old man, and an owl walk into a hovel.
I would like Mr. Whiskers to make a stealth check.
Okay. He has a +3, so I'm just gonna roll a d20 and then add 3 to it.
Yeah.
Classic.
15.
Very nice. Yeah, so out flies Mr. Whiskers without even being noticed by these observers, it would seem. And he flies up into the air. What do you want him to do?
He is trying to, or I, through his eyes, trying to see the people that Renata has described and I basically want to evaluate if they are approaching the house, or if they're in more of a stakeout situation, and what they're doing at that moment, so I can just report what is happening.
Yeah, you know where they are supposed to be. So seeing through the eyes of Mr. Whiskers, you're able to guide him and like have him sit on a top of the roof, kind of opposite them on the alley, so you can like look down at them, and they just seem to kind of like occasionally be talking back and forth to one another. And I think you can hear through Mr. Whiskers, right?
What a great question. Let
I think
me
so.
find out.
Yeah, I think you can. So they are speaking occasionally in hushed tones.
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
See through the familiar's eyes and hear what it hears.
Perfect. So they are speaking in hushed tones, but the perceptiveness of your owl is very good. What you hear is a conversation. The shorter figure with the kind of like poofy white hair that kind of glints a little bit in the shadows is kind of like in front of this massive feline figure with like pointy up kind of ears and like a furred mane around his neck. Big tall brute of a feline, like biggest feline you've ever seen as far as you can tell. But this one is like, I don't understand. If there are people there, why can't we just go in and get them? Because, Quick, it might not be the people we are after. We only want Justin. That's the only one we want. How do we even know Justin is here, though? I don't understand this. Quick, I told you. Hade saw him at an inn near the Spice Mile, using Renata's name. So he's back. After 5 years, he's finally showed his face. Which means, if he is with these people, we get to have him. But we've only seen 3 people come and go between us, and none of them have been Justin. So, what does that mean to you? Means they might not be the people we want to beat up. Very good, Quick. Now, shush. We don't want to draw unwanted attention to ourselves. And the big guy just kind of like kind of glowers and pouts behind the smaller figure.
So a couple of NPCs have mentioned, like, we've put together that Renata has other names here, right? This is not...
I don't think so.
I mean, I know you've been stitching the clues together. I personally, Renata has not said anything about.
Right, but people have come up to you and said, like, what's your name? And you said Renata, and I was at the bar with the lady who came in and said, oh, that's the name he's using here, and then left.
Yeah, there was that incident.
Yes, and Selenar and Corvus had a conversation about how we assumed perhaps Renata was an alias or some such. Or something seemed off because of the reactions that...
I'm just trying to make sure that Selenar the character could make this connection, even though it's obvious to us as players that that's who they're talking about.
Yeah, it's reasonable for you to assume that the individual who was interested in Renata and then left strangely, that piqued your curiosity, might have had something to do with this.
Okay, so once the relevant conversation is over, I'll just leave Mr. Whiskers senses to himself. And he'll say, well, and I'm staring directly at Renata when I say this, in the most obvious way possible. They're looking for Justin.
We all look at
Gotta,
Renata.
gotta keep it straight face.
Who's Justin?
No Justin here.
But the good news is that they have not seen him come in here, just the other three of us.
That's interesting. That seems at odds with the information that I gathered before I joined, but I suppose it's possible on the hubbub of that day we somehow missed Justin. Does that sound like they're less likely to come inside Selenar because they don't think who they're looking for is actually here?
Seems like they don't want to pick a fight they don't know that they can win. So I think we're safe for the moment. Perhaps we
Maybe
should
we
post
wait it out.
watch.
Yeah, we should. Let's do the old. Is it even evening yet? It is, right?
Yeah,
It's late, I think.
it is late at night. Yeah.
We should try to get a rest. Yeah, and post watches. Sound okay?
Sounds reasonable. I'll see you in 4 hours in Selenar. Just
Renata?
like
How does Renata feel about this?
Renata. How is Renata reacting to this? He's
he takes
here's
first
something
watch
good.
and leaves
in a-
forever.
he it's a bit overwhelming, so he's at a loss of like how to respond and actually talk his way out of this. There's moments where he starts to open his mouth like he wants to tell you guys something, but then he quickly shuts it again and kind of shakes his head, and then like after a few beats he's like yeah, let's just wait it out.
Yeah, I think you should sleep on it. We'll talk about it tomorrow morning.
Who's going to take first watch? We'll let Selenar get his rest and can take second. watch.
I may as well, because I don't have dark vision, so I'm going to need the dying light to do anything useful.
Fair. I don't either. But now that you know how to do a watch, I trust that you and Idea and hold it down and keep an eye if they encroach at all in the house. You just wake us. All right. Well, come on, Renata. Let's try to get.
Oh yeah, Idea has dark vision, so he's helpful.
All right, everybody gets nestled in the back room away from the open door behind a drawn moth-eaten curtain, except for Andra, who, are you staying in the front room, kind of just away from the open doorway?
Yeah, I'm probably just on the outside of said curtain, so that I'm as far back as possible, but not, but can see the windows and the doorway.
Yeah, and the windows are mostly boarded up, but yeah.
Yeah.
Or busted or otherwise blocked. Yeah, go ahead, make a perception check at disadvantage.
Can I also make one for Idea?
Yeah, sure.
In case it was relevant.
Idea is just a straight. He's not at disadvantage, so.
Well, that's unfortunate because apparently neither of us can see shit.
Yeah, Idea is just looking at you like, I don't know why we're doing this.
Sit down and be quiet. You can take a nap if you'd like. We're just
Okay.
somebody tries to come inside so that we can we have a chance to wake up our friends if someone is coming in.
Very well. I suppose I'll nap. I haven't napped yet. This might be my first nap. What do I
How
do?
exciting for you. You be quiet,
Uh-huh.
and you close your eyes.
Eyes. How do I
put your
close
wing over your
eyes?
Put a wing over them.
I have a wing?
Have wings. Put a paw over them. Yes, he doesn't have wings. He's a rat. I don't know why. Something was like, wings.
His little skeletal rat body kind of sits back up and he puts his skeletal rat paws like over his empty eye sockets. Now what?
Now you just get comfy and relax.
And he just kind of sits like this, like up, and kind of brings his little rat arms down. I don't know if I'm good at this.
More practice, I think, is really the only way.
And he just kind of like walks over to like a pile of debris and is like, I will be here.
Very good.
And kind of nuzzles in. With a 7, Andra, the night is crazy. You hear a couple like maybe shouts occasionally, like somebody arguing, but like off in the distance, like maybe some neighbors a couple streets over, but like not really your problem.
Right. No one's like in the doorway or...
Yeah, nobody comes in through the doorway.
Great.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, the doorway.
Yeah.
Well, there's still a doorway, even if it lacks a door. I guess that still makes it a doorway.
Sure. The entry.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's not what I was talking about. You just said the doorway.
So
Those
there's
windows,
the
no.
open doorway and there's some boarded up windows. Are
There a
those the
hole in the
only
roof?
Are those the only openings into this building? Like, is there a chimney?
There is a chimney in the destroyed kitchen. There's also the massive hole in the roof in the main room that you're in.
Right. Minor detail. Cool.
I thought there was a hole in the roof.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. I will occasionally look up at said hole in the roof. I see stars.
You do see the odd star. Yeah, it's kind of a partially cloudy night. But you don't see anyone there occasionally.
Great.
Towards the end of your watch, or when you think about 4 or 5 hours have passed, you're kind of looking around. Make an investigation check for me on this one, actually.
Hey, I'm better at that.
Great.
20.
Yeah, with a 20, you were kind of huddled up by the entryway. You kind of like do like a once around before you go to like wake up Selenar, and you find a small pile of like it's a small pile of debris that wasn't there before, like from the roof. Like it caved in a little bit more or something, like just a few like small pieces that are like in the middle of the opening, or like underneath the opening, like pieces of the edge maybe that like fell in a little bit, like just like little, yeah, just like a little pile of them.
Cool.
But otherwise, you figure enough time has passed to wake up Selenar.
Cool. I will do so, and I will tell him to be careful that the roof still seems to be crumbling a bit, and nothing big came through it, but like there was some like small bits of things, and he shouldn't sit directly under it for fear of getting hit in the head.
Noted. Have a good rest.
All right, Selenar, your long rest completed as a full-blooded elf. you can kind of watch over the others for the time they need. So, what do you do? Go ahead, make a perception check for me. Great. You definitely notice the pile of added debris. And you check out across the alleyway where the figures were when you went in for your rest. They're gone.
Okay.
Yeah.
In the intervening time, this is when he would normally write in his journal about what happened the day before. He does the 1 hour ritual to summon Mr. Whiskers during this time.
Mm-hmm.
And waits for the sun to come up, I guess.
Yeah, you don't wait too long. The sun comes up pretty early here in Madanat, being the desert continent, or the desert city that it is. And yeah, no sign of these two people who were like very interested in the house at this moment in time. Your friends slowly begin to wake up. Eventually Andra wakes up, and the four of you have gotten a long rest.
Yay, long rest.
Excellent.
At some point, I would, some dawn-ish time, fly Mr. Whiskers back out, just to, look at the roof, I guess, in the surrounding area.
Go ahead and make a perception check for Mr. Whiskers.
He has a +3, so a 15.
Great. Mr. Whiskers sees quite a lot of activity in this area. People leaving their homes, making food. It seems like the mornings here start very early, as a lot of men, women, and others begin to head towards the docks or the spice market or whatever. While others just kind of go outside and sit and stare and maybe start smoking from a pipe or various other activities that they use to pass their time here in the slums of the barrows, of the Dust Barrow. But there is nobody on the roof. There is no sign of the two figures that you saw the previous evening. So Mr. Whiskers reports that it looks pretty clear.
Is the spot where they were having their conversation within 100 feet?
Yeah.
Of the house?
Yeah.
Okay. I have him fly down, and I'm having him look for stuff that they may have left or dropped or in the place where they were camped out.
Cool. Yeah. You have him look. Have him make an investigation check.
Is that wisdom?
Yeah. Or no, intelligence.
Oh, that's good. All right. Let's see it. With an 18 roll, he got a 14.
Wonderful.
Oh.
He's a very intelligent owl.
Very intelligent.
He doesn't find any dropped pocket watches or anything like that. He does a pretty good job digging up. He gets very invested in it. So invested that he just barely avoided being caught by a small child who saw an owl and was like, "Ooh, an owl!" and manages to flutter away at the last moment. And the kid kind of looks after longingly, "Mama, Owl! There are no owls here!
To leave.
Yeah, and so he flies off back to you through the hole in the roof.
Well, they've left at some point overnight.
Seems to be.
Well, that was me telling the group that they're no longer there.
Cool. So, what are we doing today? People who can't disguise themselves still probably need to stay here. Because we're still wanted criminals. I assume we probably might need to go out and maybe get something to eat? Or something along those lines? Do we need to meet with Book of Tales again today?
I'll go meet with Book of Tales, and I suppose we need a grocery list. I haven't really thought about that. I suppose we're probably all out of rations.
I mean, I think I still have some, but I'm kind of sick of them.
You essentially been here 2 nights, so you would have eaten 2 portions of 2 rations.
I did, whether I want to retcon this or not is up to you, I guess. But I was going to say, before he went to sleep, Selenar would have... He has Goodberry prepared, so I would have made in case anyone gets hungry overnight, and left a pile of berries in the middle. But I can just do that this morning instead, and spend the spell slot, if you...
Sure.
Yeah, they last for 24 hours, and then they turn to unusable goo.
They go away. Yeah, exactly.
The way we used to do it is any unused spell slots at the end of the day, we just, like, Sarah said that she just, like, would use it before bed to make good berries.
Yeah, that's what I had started to say it, but Sarah was also talking, so I stopped
sorry.
saying words.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. But anyways, no one is hungry, is what I'm getting at here.
Great.
Gotcha. We have a delicious pile of good berries for breakfast.
Hey, you know.
They are only slightly more delicious than rations, but also means we don't have to go anywhere. So...
True. Although it maybe wouldn't hurt. You know what? I'll take a look if I'm out on the town. I'll see if I can pick up a few more just for, just in case. Yeah. So I'm gonna go check in on Book of Tales. I do think it's still safest for you to remain here, as much as that is probably driving you mad at this point. So I suppose Andra has some means of getting out and about safely with disguise themselves.
Yes, I can disguise myself, but only myself, not anybody else.
What else? I mean, I don't really know how we're going to get word about companions if anything changes. I'm trying to think how to find more information about their updated status, as we really don't have any direct communication with them. Short of me just going to the police and saying, "Hey, so I have a couple of friends that have been in this lab. Any news?" Unless you.
Well, we know
want
they're
to
still
take
alive, as of yesterday at least.
Yeah, Idea
Well,
talked to them yesterday, and Lunine called him names, so he might not be willing to go back.
Yeah, well, I can't blame them. But I would like someone to go check on Ozo. I don't know if you want to send Idea through the same ringer that they went through last time to get in. But
I think he had fun last time.
did you have fun, Idea?
I don't know. What is it?
That's what I thought. Well, anyway, I guess it couldn't hurt.
Can I have a fun? How much fun can I have?
As much as you want. Just talk to Andra about it.
What does it taste like? Can I eat it?
Would
Tastes
you like a
this,
good
and I
berry?
hand them a good berry.
He, with his little skeletal rat jaw, eats it, gets, like, whatever color the berries are, like stains, kind of appear. And he eats it. You don't know where it goes, because he has no digestive tract or stomach, but it disappears somewhere.
Vanishes. It's fine. Don't
Interesting.
think about it. It's
Goodberry
fine.
could probably feed an idea for like a week.
Idea. Remember yesterday when you went to visit Ozo with the lizard people?
Yes.
Would you like to go visit them again?
Do you want me
Oh.
to?
I mean, I think Corvus would like you to. I am not opposed to that as long as you weren't as long as it wasn't unpleasant for you.
As long as the big things don't squash me.
I mean, yeah, that would probably be unpleasant, but you'll just have to be very, very quiet when you sneak past the big things. You're very good at that.
It
I
seems
don't know if it's a
so.
great idea to leave Renata by himself here if there's a band of
Just-
thugs looking for him.
Which is precisely why you should probably stay.
Well, last time when Idea went in, I distracted the guards.
Oh, I see. Well, this could be a joint effort between Andra and I after we check in on Tails.
That's reasonable.
I don't love splitting the group up like this much, but we do
Yeah.
have to.
I myself am getting a bit antsy, and a lot of this trouble is from me persuading the rest of you that we should help Book of Tales. So I feel I should be included in on this somehow.
Okay, but you're the one people want to beat up, and you don't have a way to disguise yourself.
And also arrest. And those are two separate things.
And also, yeah, and also, we're wanted criminals.
Renata's
I hear the justice
big,
system
right?
here is very hard.
You're like monstrously towering over all of us.
Freakishly tall.
Yes.
Like unsettlingly tall. Like I still haven't come to
Damn,
terms
you're
with it, and
right.
I just
I
kind of
did
forget
roll
about
that.
it.
That's right. I forgot you were super tall.
Yeah, I'm just used to it. Yeah, I'm just so used to it.
Well, just for the memes,
Um,
I pull my green elvish robe out of my pack that I haven't been wearing because it's so hot here, and hold it up to Renata, and then put it back away.
Yes.
You're probably about the same height, admittedly.
Yeah, I was gonna say how
Renata's
short
taller
is
than
Selenar?
Jeff in real life. So
Selenar
I
is
didn't mean
small for... He's, It won't work.
No.
I don't even remember
Wait, I'm
where...
sorry. Selenar, you said you pulled out your robe, your green robe.
Yeah, I haven't been wearing it because
Can
it's
I-
so hot here.
Can I use the robe as a hood only? Can I just wrap it around, just leaving the
Just
eyes
your head?
open?
It will look like you have a suspicious robe tied around your head.
I was about to say, listen,
I don't.
you do what
think
you want,
that-
but as someone who's sort of a professional, disguise maker, I don't recommend that.
I mean, you're the one who's in tune with fashion here, but I feel like that
Okay.
might stick out.
Yeah, Renata just groans in exasperation. Fine, okay, just please make it quick.
You could turn into a cat, and wander around town.
Well, I can.
I know, I was just making a jab at Renata. I'm sorry, buddy. You really should stay here, I think.
I mean, you said you wanted to hang out here and work on your music, so I think this is your time to do that.
That's a good point. Or you could repair the roof. One of the two.
Also that. I know this is the desert and we don't get a lot of rain, but there were some.
When it will
crumbly
rain, it will be pretty brutal.
There were some crumbly bits falling from the roof last night, so I think perhaps the edge of it is not super stable. And I'm not sure how concerned we should be about the rest of the roof coming down.
Renata looks up and stares at the roof, and then just shakes his head and he says, "No, you're right. I'll work on my music." And he'll walk to his guitar and sit in a corner and just quietly start warming up a bit.
Okay.
So maybe you should do that quietly, by the way.
More quietly
I said
than
I'm
quietly.
playing this quietly.
BT dubs.
Less
If you're
forte,
mus-
more whatever
If
the
your
opposite of forte
musician
is.
friends are looking for you, perhaps.
Piano, I think.
Piano.
No.
You're right, actually, yes. Anyway,
Pianissimo.
Legato and piano. Arrivederci, and we're gonna go.
Gelato.
Great. As the three of you who have disguise capabilities exit, Renata.
Selenar's not leaving.
Oh, Selenar's staying. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Renata.
He sits in the other corner listening.
Cool.
Or
Am I
attempting
going
to
with
listen.
Corvus? Is that the plan?
Yes.
Great.
I think the
I
way we
have-
exited last time is the way we should do it again for appearances, and also like I think Corvus might take an extra look around now that we know we're being watched.
Sure. Andra, that's my name. Andra would put on the same disguise of the nondescript dirty small child.
Okay. Yeah. The two of you head over to the rabid scorpion. Meanwhile, Renata, you're trying to play quietly, so go ahead, make a performance check. Great. You play and work on your music so quietly that even Selenar can barely hear you.
I know you're going to go back to Corvus and Andra, but if there is a moment to like do some dialogue with Selenar,
yeah,
I will welcome the opportunity.
Go for it.
Well, so is Selenar just sitting watching me, or what are you doing?
He's
Selenar?
hoping that you are going to spill your beans in song form.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought maybe you'd be like just sitting there.
So I had an old
perhaps.
band, and now wants to kill me.
That perhaps having
That's a great start, actually.
smaller audience would be more comfortable. He's being a listener.
Renata is not looking directly at Selenar, but he will start talking out loud. And he'll first say, some time ago, back in the jungle, back when you were turned to stone, and it was just me, Corvus, and Andra. I had a moment to talk to Andra about her past. And I could tell that she was hiding things from me. And to me, that's okay. Because I was doing the same thing. I take poetic license with my personal history. I feel like all the great bards do that. Hide behind a mask. Because it's the music that speaks for itself, not where someone comes from. And he pauses. He kind of like plays a couple more notes, and he'll say another thing. He'll say, one of the things you should probably know about me is that I hate waiting. And this, ironically, to be trapped in my house is torturous to me now. I feel like I should be moving. But I want to move fast. To put it as a metaphor, I see the top of the mountain where I want to be, where I feel like I deserve to be. I want the view. I do not want to climb. And if there's a way to get up to the top without doing the work. Most likely I'll be looking at that route. Then he stops talking and just continues playing. Kind of leaves it at that. See if that's enough to satisfy at least Selenar. Because I know that Selenar is definitely curious about like what's going on with my past catching up to me.
So Selenar lets you noodle for a minute until he figures out that you are kind of done talking, and then he just asks, "What mountain are you climbing?"
Mm. Renato takes him, doesn't know quite how to answer that. But then he says, I don't know. And maybe it doesn't matter. It's just a lonely mountain, though. It's a mountain just for me.
As we leave these two here in their conversation of poetic imagery and not really many answers that Selenar might have been hoping for, we'll switch over to the duo on the way to the Rabbit Scorpion. In your disguises, you have no problems making your way to the little dusty dive bar that is the Rabbit Scorpion. Upon entering, you see that there's one kind of like older woman in here this morning. She looks like she is already drunk, or maybe she's drunk from the night before. She seems to be passed out. As Book of Tales is there, sweeping up, kind of like cleaning. It seems like this bar, just by like not having like a good door and like not really having a floor, it's just always dusty, and so she's always got it's a never-ending battle that she's fighting, working as a janitorial maid here. She sees and kind of motions you to a table in the back dingy corner again.
Oh, look, they saved our table for us.
Yeah, same song and dance. Like Corvus will do a little, once we're back in the back corner, as he takes off his hat, he'll sort of wipe the face back to what Book of Tales was used to sing, at least.
Yeah, she nods to you.
Yeah. Oh, we'll be patient. We're just here to check in on her.
You get
Enjoy the ambiance.
she makes a miming question, gesturing if you need anything. Is there something wrong? You two have interacted with her enough that you can kind of like get the basics.
Yeah, Corvus will sign back and off the mouth like, we're okay. Are you?
She kind of like looks at you, the gestures you're making, a little confused, but she just nods when you verbalize it. Because she's not using sign language, because she doesn't know sign language.
Yeah, I think for Corvus it's sort of like second, like he just like sort of thinks about it like, oh, I'm talking to someone nonverbal, so he can't.
Okay, yeah, that's totally legit.
He just does it, even though I know she doesn't know it. It's just sort of like second level of.
Right.
Yeah. Not too much later, probably about 20 minutes later, the door to the Rabbit Scorpion swings open again, and a group of 4 town's guards enters, much like they did the day before. But this time, there's another individual with them. There is a young human woman with kind of surprisingly pale skin for this desert climate. But pale skin, blonde, kind of curly hair, kind of like up on top, kind of very done up. Wearing purple and green robes with a big kind of like a big opal in the set in like a leather harness over her chest. And she both of you make an insight check on this individual.
Yeah. Yeah.
Andra,
Well done.
you recognize a mage when you see one. Like,
Yeah.
this is a woman who is here to do a job, and you get a sense that she is not thrilled to be in this establishment.
Cool. Andra is going to, if possible, do even less to make herself obvious, like just blending into the woodwork here.
Yeah. You get a sense this woman like is here to do her thing, and she doesn't give a shit about who else is here.
No.
She looks. Book of Tales. She raises her hand. The High Magister has found cause to believe your case and charges against one individual in the city. Please come with us, and we will see about fixing you. And she perks up, and kind of like her ears kind of like do a thing, and she nods, and she accompanies them out the door.
Okay, this is all sounding like it's going according to.
She does give you a glance back over her shoulder as she leaves. Both of you make another insight check.
So insightful today.
Cool. Both of you get that she is hoping that at least one of you, probably Corvus, because he's done it before, will follow her.
Is it 17 enough to gather that she's like, oh, can you come with me right now, or like, hey, just like make sure you end up at the same place?
She looks at you, and you get the sense that she's like, you're following me, right?
Okay.
It's a very pointed look, and it's at you.
Yeah, Corvus will stand up and, oh god, can I do this like seamlessly? Try to get into sort of the same mode that he presented himself as the other day when he went to the station, and say, I will go direct and say, excuse me.
Are you changing your outfit, because you're in your old beggar man outfit at the moment?
Yeah, you're right. Gosh, how can I do this? That's something I can feasibly do, or do I need to roll?
With a 17, it's not. You get the sense that she's not afraid. Like, she's not afraid of going with these guards. She just doesn't want to be alone.
Sure. Okay. So if I needed like a minute to change to make sure I keep up appearances, I can meet him outside and just say, "Oh, excuse me, I need to."
Yeah, like you can
accompany her because I was with her the other day.
Yeah, you can give a little nod in her direction.
Okay. Will do. I'll like give her a nod and a wink, and then I'll just whisper to her like, I'm gonna go with her like I did the other day. Don't feel like you need to follow me. Probably best that you don't. Or
are you going toward the slab, or?
No, it will be, and I'll sort of tell her where like the police location was. I assume it's going to be there, and then I can meet you when this business is done. If you just hang back a little bit, and I'll give her directions.
You're going to meet me where when this business is done?
Just outside the wherever. Is there some other like I've been to that part of town a couple of times now. Is there like another landmark nearby, like a fountain or something that I could say?
Yeah.
Fountain that was okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of fountains in Marble Rising. Yeah.
Okay, that could get confusing. Meet me at the corner of X and Y by this fountain.
Sure.
And it's all done. Yeah, and so then I'll do that. I'll make a quick change, with hopefully no prying eyes like I did the other day, and I'll go out and then try to catch up to them and just sort of present myself as like, hey, I'd like to join Book of Tales, as I did.
Yeah, you slip into the restroom and do a quick change, and then whoop, out the door you go. You catch up to them fairly quickly within a few minutes. The woman, the mage, kind of turns us up to you. I'm sorry, who are you?
I was with Book of Tales the other day when the evidence was presented. Charles Finback. I'd like to accompany them again. I just came by.
You are the third party, the purveyor of. Well.
Correct. And I believe that, if I may, and I'll look for details, I believe they would feel comfortable if I accompanied them today, and I'd very much like to see them made well, if it's right.
Very well. Come with us. And you kind of join the little procession.
I found myself remembering that name I came up with out of my ass the other night.
Yeah. You make your way, and you find yourselves up, not at the guardhouse, actually, not at the guard headquarters. You are like on the path there, but then you diverge at a slight moment, and you find yourself outside of like an impressive smithy. Like, it's a big, grand building, a hall, and there's a couple of guards out front. It's like really well-fitted stone. And you enter, and you can see the walls are lined with like exquisitely made works of metal, like everything from like breastplates and helmets to falchions and daggers. They are all like gleaming and polished really well and highly, and the lights in here, there's like sun roofs up atop, or like holes that are like opened up to like let light stream in, but they actually have glass in here to kind of like lighten up the space a little bit, which is impressive. You don't see a lot of glass windows here in Madanat yet. Inside there are a group of guards as well, who the wizard or the mage just kind of like nods to them, and you progress out the back door, where there is a burly orcish descended gentleman in like a leather apron, kind of like arms crossed, kind of stamping his foot, looking like he doesn't really want to do this, and like this is all an inconvenience for him. Meanwhile, there's two young like teenagers. One's appear to be like partially elvish. The other appears to be kind of like red tinged in a way. They turn around, and you can see that they have like eyes that are burning like embers, and you immediately clock that they are where did it go?
Strange.
Strange,
Demonic.
yes. No, not demonic.
Kraken?
Well, we know that they're elemental type.
Yeah, you know that they are an elemental individual. I just can't find my note on it. But they seem to be like a fire elemental descended sort of individual here. Where did it go? I swear I have it. Nope. It's gonna drive me crazy. Anyway, that is what you find. And those two teenagers are like setting out stuff, all kinds of stuff. You see like bowls of incense, and you see other things, and then one of them like brings out a box, and opens the box, and you recognize the Stone of Silence. The woman kind of turns on Book of Tales. I have attuned to the Stone of Silence. We have confirmed that the last person to cast the ritual of communicative binding was indeed one pouch of smoke upon one Book of Tales. I have attuned to the item, and I am going to conduct this ritual. This will be a lengthy process, and I have entrusted these guards to be here. We have commandeered Greaves' armory here for the forge required. It will be a lengthy process, and I need little disturbances. So if you're going to be here, be silent and do not interrupt me. You understand?
Are they talking to Corvus? To Charles Finbay?
Book of Tales nods, and then she turns her eyes to you. And you, Mr. Charles, was it?
Correct. I understand completely. You won't know I'm here.
Very well.
I'd like to roll a stealth check. I'm just kidding.
You can. Pyronex. That's what the. That's what he.
Okay.
That's what the second teen is. A Pyronex.
This, I don't think is metagaming, but I just realized I should have mentioned this to Andra, but I think Andra knows how long this will be,
Yes.
so they know that they will be waiting a while for him.
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
Andra knows that this is a 2-hour ritual.
Yeah. So she begins the ritual, and you see the fires are stoked up hot. It's already hot out here, and it is like uncut. You can't imagine anyone actually wanting to like forge weapons in this heat. And it gets hotter and hotter. The flames are almost white with how intense they get. And you see that occasionally she is like, as she begins chanting, the apprentices, or whatever they are, occasionally like add things to the flames in the fire. And you see that they become, the flames begin to take on different hues of color. Slowly kind of going from like reds to greens to blues, depending on what's added in and when and for how long. And slowly the flames begin to like congeal and condense down and become almost like a nova. And about an hour in to this process, the Stone of Silence is placed upon a ingot of iron, steel, chrome. It's hard to tell. It is something. And it's like a complete ingot, so it's not like, so it's like raw, perfect metal. And the stone is placed upon it. And she inserts it, or one of the apprentices inserts it into the heart of the nova as she continues chanting and making sigils in the air with her fingers. And the sigils seem to fly through the air and focus around the nova that has become this star forge, essentially. And as she's going, you see that the stone begins to become white hot within this nova. It's hard to look at, but you're managing occasionally to glimpse in, and you see the stone begin to absorb the light, kind of becoming like a dense black thing with like an outline of light around it, like if you've seen the Darksaber on like a Star Wars animated show. This kind of like dense blackness with a rim of like white light around it, and you see that it begins to cut through the ingot in this heart of this star forge. And we're going to go back to Renata and Selenar. Here, some time has passed as your friends have been away. Have you continued this conversation? Has Renata shared more? Has Selenar asked any pointed questions?
Selenar has no further questions, so
Okay.
if Renata wants to share more, he's there to listen, but he would not have tried to pull out any more anything.
Renata would have taken a quick little break just to peek outside an opening and just see what's happening on the streets.
Make a perception check and a stealth check.
You go to poke your head out the front door.
I was like,
Reckless is their middle name.
when I said I take a peek at the opening, I mean, like, off to the side, just like, I'm not like stepping out the doorway and be like, I feel that wonderful sun on my skin.
That's what the stealth check is for.
If you go to leave the room, I would follow you. But if you're just looking out a window, I wouldn't do anything really.
All right, let's do stealth.
Okay.
Okay, and you said perception.
Yep.
Ooh, a 7. Awesome.
Cool. So you go to like stick your eyes out and you can't really see anything, so you stick it out a little more and a little more. Pretty much your whole head kind of sticks, not outside, but like into the door to like look around. And you see a teenager across the way kind of like look at you. And you see him see you. And then you see him run off.
That probably means nothing. I'm sorry. Is this the same teenager I've met earlier?
No.
The one that okay. Different teenager. Did Selenar witness this?
No. Selenar sees you like stick your head partially out, but he doesn't see what you see.
Right. Renata will turn around and say, I think we're okay.
Great.
I don't know if Selenar responds at all, but yeah, it's like, yeah, we're okay.
Great.
He does not reply to you.
Okay. Andra, what are you doing during this? You know how long it takes for this ritual to complete. So what do you do with the like 2.5, 3 hours that it might take?
I'm probably going to go back to the hovel.
All right.
Because I don't have a great interest in burning, 3 or 4 spell slots to sit by a fountain and wait.
Yeah. You make your way back and walk in about this time as find Renata strumming on his instrument and Selenar just kind of being there.
How's it going, guys? Anything new happen?
Nope.
Just chilling.
Any more weird creepers outside?
Renata takes a beat.
Well, define weird or creeper.
Did your horn section stop by, or?
I'm sorry. So both you and Corvus are back, or just you?
Nope, just me.
Just you.
Book of Tales is getting her voice back, and Corvus went with her, and I don't know if he realizes how long that's going to take, but I wasn't going to sit around and wait for him because I'm pretty sure it's going to be tedious.
Yeah. No. Yeah, and just Renata just like sticks his head down. And just playing a little song, and you think you hear the lyrics that go something like, "We're all fucked, me especially. I'm out of luck. Me especially.
And-
Cool.
And we leave this happy scene. Back to the ritual. The dark stone burning through this ingot of metal. The sigils begin to wrap around and tighten in on the Nova, kind of like pulling it smaller and smaller as the ritual continues through. More incense is added. Some other material components, you're not quite sure what it is. Until finally, at the climax of this ritual, the Nova explodes outwardly, and all the colored flames burst up in a like a phoenix rising, like kind of a, and then plunges down into the stone. This stone, which is the face of a humanoid with no mouth and no lips or anything, suddenly like begins to, a mouth appears upon it and opens, and the light that had like struck down into the eyes of the stone emerges as a tiny, glowing, intensely glowing, blinding little bead that seems to pulse, and with a life, with an excitement, and it kind of hovers above the open mouth in the stone before shooting directly in a straight line for Book of Tales, and before anyone can react, it hits her in the throat, and you see the front of her body glow for just a moment from like the base of her jaw down through her lungs, and then the stone clatters to the ground and kind of rolls off of the forge. The ingot, everything like that, gone. The mage looks concernedly towards Book of Tales. Did it work? I think it worked. My voice is back. I can speak again.
Like, very visibly relieved, even happy. I think Corvus has become invested in Book of Tales' journey at this point, even though they were total strangers 3 days ago.
And that's where we're going to take our little 5-minute break here. We're going to take a quick bio break. You have successfully gotten Book of Tales to her voice back, which is fantastic. Wonderful job, everybody. We're going to take a quick 5-minute bio break, and we'll be right back after this. So thank you all very much, and we'll see you in 5 minutes. Hello, everyone. We are back. Thanks for sticking with us as we took a little bio break and kind of got ourselves cooled off a bit. It is warm here in New York. I'll tell you that. At least in my apartment, in my room, it is. Because, like, it holds heat and I can't ever get rid of it.
I have the air conditioner going, but it is in front of me and blowing that way. So it's not actually, like, it's somewhat cooler in this room, but, like, I'm not getting any breeze or anything.
Right.
Which is why I have my ridiculous flamingo fan.
Hey, cool air is, at least, you know, a cool environment is better than hot and sticky.
Yes.
Yeah, I turn on my AC before and during breaks, because you can see, if you watch me during the stream, you'll see my face become redder and more flushed while we play because it gets warmer and warmer. So fun little behind the scenes lore.
Is your air conditioner too loud to run with the mic on?
No, it's fine. It's more of like a power consumption thing.
Ah, sure. Who just vanished?
Oh no.
I looked up and you were in the wrong place.
It was Justin.
Yes.
Justin the whole time.
Justin all along. That doesn't have the flow.
No.
Anyway.
If you ever end up going by Justin in game, I have to make Bieber jokes. I'm sorry. It has to happen.
I'm sorry?
Bieber jokes?
Justin Bieber.
Oh, Bieber.
Like a little.
Bieber. I heard beaver.
Those are very different kinds of jokes.
Well, you know, so like sometimes
The Biebs.
you just gotta make a dam.
Yep.
Anyway, so Corvus, you hear Book of Tales' melodious voice for the first time. My voice, I can speak again. And you see tears begin streaming down her feline face.
A little bit of Corvus characterization here. Like, they are not without emotion, and they are, I would think, visibly happy and relieved for Book of Tales' recovery, but they're not a hugger. We've established that. They're not, so like, it's a very reserved, like, oh, my face shows that I am.
Are you gonna hit on her? Are you gonna try to sleep with her?
No, not this time. I'm into pirates,
But he's picked up at least one feline already, hasn't he?
As she is crying and excited to hear her voice, the mage steps forward. I am very happy that this has worked. However, we do have some things that we need to iron out and discuss. If you would be so kind as to accompany me to the High Magister's office. Yes, of course. Very good. Right this way. And she looks over her shoulders and makes a motion, and the two apprentices begin cleaning everything up. And the half-orc, or the orcish Greaves, apparently, the guy who owns this place, is kind of like ushering them along and like inspecting his forge, because like that was a lot of crazy stuff that went down in there, and he's not quite sure how his forge held up to it.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah.
Did Book give Corvus any sort of like eye this time around as to following them?
Yeah. Well, she says to the mage, "Might my friend still accompany us?" "Yes, he's officially a part of this investigation as well. Of course he can come." "Oh, thank you so much." And you are off to the High Barrister's office. You arrive
I don't
there.
want to be officially a part of any investigation, if I'm being honest, but here we go.
You got involved. You are brought into the High Barrister's office, and it is immaculate. It's in a building made of shining marbles, of like black and white marble. Images of like justice being served, kind of sculpture and bas relief all throughout. And you're brought to an office, a desk made of a single slab of marble, with like bits of like all the like metal work is like bronze or yeah, like bronze to like show off the depth of the marble. So it's like bronze and white and black, bits of gold here and there for like highlights and kind of like end caps and that kind of stuff. And you see that same Feline, burning sands of the shining sea, sitting at a very comfortable chair as you enter. He rises. The mage kind of like ushers you in and closes the door as he says, "Thank you, Manita." And she closes the door. Welcome. I trust that all was successful, Book of Tales. Yes, High Magister. Yes, High Barrister. It is... I almost can't believe it. I've forgotten how much I enjoyed being able to talk to people. I'm very looking forward to getting my life back on track, sir. I can imagine so. Charles, right?
Correct.
Well, Charles, your presence is of course welcome here, as you are instrumental in bringing us the means by which to conduct this ritual of communicative unbinding.
Very happy to help.
Madanat is appreciative of your assistance. Now, Book of Tales, please recount to me in your own words what exactly happened and why this pouch of smoke cursed you. And you can see he pushes something on like a little machine or whirligig or something next to him. And you see a little like white crystal kind of like float in the air. Please don't mind the recording stone. Now, in your own words, please go ahead. And she begins to recount a tale about how she, in her line of work as an orator, went to a lot of fancy parties, went to a lot of private gatherings with high society falutin type people, the members of the Merchants Council, a couple of pashas, and how at one of them a pasha was quite rude to some serving staff, and she took offense to that. And so she then told a story about a foolish pasha who was so rude to his help that soon his help abandoned him and was unable to survive on his own, and quickly became nothing because of his rudeness to others. Said pasha was not a fan of that. Indeed, it appears that that particular pasha was one Saw Veriho. After that particular engagement, Book of Tales was asked to meet with Pouch of Smoke. Pouch of Smoke was showing her some wild place that she had never like been to anything like before. They walked through a wardrobe in his hotel room, and suddenly they were in a small room where it seemed like a star was glowing, and after which he asked if she would like to see some very powerful magic, of which she was very interested in. So she sat back as he watched him finish this ritual that he was conducting, that he had held in stasis somehow. And she heard him during this ritual speak his name, or speak her name, and then she went to ask a question, and she felt her lungs tighten and her breath escape, and she could speak no more. She tried to write something down. She began to panic, and he cast a spell, and she fell asleep. And she awoke on the street sometime later, not sure where she was. She tried to get help from people, but because she could neither write nor speak, people wrote her off and ignored her, and she couldn't get access to places where she used to walk through unencumbered because she couldn't speak anymore. She couldn't identify herself. Eventually, she was taken in by the owner of the Rabid Scorpion, who gave her a menial cleaning job out of pity. Until she found some would-be good do-gooders who came by, and she was able to convey her story to them, and they said, "Let us fix it." And she describes Lunine and Corvus in a mask, and Renata. And you can see that Burning Sands doesn't say anything, lets her speak, lets her finish. And he just looks at her at the end. And all of this is true by your own oath and by your own words. And she nods while saying, "Absolutely." And you see that a small blue gem kind of glows that he is holding up on a little amulet that he tucks away. "Very well, we will accept your testimony as evidence in this case." And he taps the white crystal and it floats back down to the ground. He picks it up and puts it in a case, writes something on it, and puts it in a drawer. And then he turns to you. Remind me what surname you're using, Charles?
Oh, Finback.
Finback, thank you. He looks to you. "Mr. Finback, it is obvious that you received this Stone of Silence from the individuals who purloined it from the wizard Pouch of Smoke. My only question is this. Were you involved at all with the theft of the item?"
No, I have only existed to present said evidence as the third-party member. How this item came to my means, I did not ask. Person, I guess.
Okay. You can see he kind of perks up an eye. "Right now, Mr. Finback, I am not recording your testimony. However, that can change. So I'm going to ask you again. Were you in any way involved in the theft of the item?" Make an insight check for me, Corvus, as he is staring at you.
Okay.
He is not trying to hide his intent. You get the sense that somehow he knows you have disassembled in front of him. That you have either lied or omitted truth. You get a sense that he knows that.
Okay. Something's blowing up in the Discord. Sorry, it's very distracting to my ruse here. Okay, Charles, we'll take a moment and say, listen, I obviously must be involved in some way if the item is in my possession. Now, part of my role in all of this is simply helping this individual. And so there are certain questions that don't get asked as to how certain things are required, because it's probably better that I don't know. But I had the information presented to me as it was to these individuals, apply to Book of Tales, and therefore wanted to involve myself in seeing that some justice was served. And I believe that hopefully that has occurred today.
Of the 6 alleged perpetrators of the theft itself, we have reliable sketches of 5 of them. One was masked in a featureless, straight, simple mask. If someone was in possession of such an item, they would be well to not use it again.
I would agree.
I'm glad to hear that. Now, given...
Speeding down the back of Jordan's neck.
Yeah, he turns his attention back to Book of Tales. Book of Tales, based upon evidence that you have given and magical investigations that we have conducted, we have concluded that indeed Pouch of Smoke did perform this ritual of communicative binding upon you. This is in violation of Madanat law. He will be dealt with accordingly. The city of Madanat apologizes for your inconvenience and thanks you for your honesty and help in bringing this transgressor to justice. That being said, I believe that Pouch of Smoke is indeed the guilty party here. He conducted the ritual, he performed it, he used the item on you. Based on your account, it is possible that he did so under orders from one of the Pashas, Savreho. This means that difficulties could ensue for you. Therefore, I must insist that you remain in the company of Mr. Finback for a few days, and any other friends that you may have, until we can secure Pouch of Smoke and see where the dominoes land. These cases can be quite difficult. So, that's that. Unless you have any other questions.
If I may, and out of for pure curiosity's sake, does that mean that any other individuals maybe are also dangerous? This one Pouch of Smoke is taken.
I imagine you are asking about the 2 perpetrators of the theft that we have imprisoned?
As I understand, yes. And as I understand, well, by your account, only 2 were imprisoned out of a few that were cited. So.
Yes, well. The fact is that vigilantism is illegal in Madanat. However, the law is not blind to purpose and cause. Since personal gain and profit was not the apparent motivation, sentences will be adjusted.
I see. Well, Corvus is thinking for a minute to see if he needs to ask more questions or if it's going to make things worse. I do hope that scales of justice once again balanced at the end of all this, and
Under my watch, the scales of justice will always be balanced.
Very well. Well, would like to hear some news in the coming days, if anything is announced publicly. But how would I know when Book of Tales is apparently safe? Should we report back at some point in the near future?
We will continue to use the... No. The rabbit scorpion might be... No. The rabbit scorpion should still be safe. No one outside of the immediate investigation knows that it is the location from which Book of Tales was retrieved.
If they are not physically present there, could a note of some kind be left at the establishment that perhaps I could pick up and intercept for Book of Tales? As I am hopefully less interesting to nefarious parties.
I would recommend that Book of Tales continue in her line of work for the next few days. I would just suggest that she be accompanied.
Understood. We can certainly keep an eye on her.
Congratulations, you just signed up to watch someone mop the floor for the next 3 days.
At least I'm not in jail. Okay. Charles Finback is very happy that this has not taken a turn for the worst, and will probably try to get out of here with Book of Tales ASAP. Period.
Yeah, sure, a few more details get ironed out, and you leave the office of the High Magister, or High Barrister. I keep saying Magister. He's a barrister.
Big difference, I wouldn't know.
Yeah, well, Magisters are like magic users here, and barristers are lawyers.
Oh, fair enough.
Andra, do you go to the cross-section of X and Y by the fountain?
No. No, I've gone back. I've gone back to the hovel and am there with Selenar and Renata and Idea.
Great. So Corvus, you make your way to where you told Andra to meet you. No sign of her.
Well, I probably should have expected this. I'm going to assume...
It's been hours. Hours have gone by.
Yes, the ritual itself did take a while, and then there was the interrogation afterwards. So...
You and your friends seem interesting.
Well, interesting is merely scratching the surface of what I would call us. Thank you for... Well, I don't know. You spoke your truth, and that is what you needed to do. And I understand that some laws were broken. But
oh, trust me. By the time I'm done with my next epic and tale, pouch of smoke, and if I have anything to say about it, which now I do, Varejo will be very low in a court of public opinion if I have my way about it.
Well, I do look forward to that day. I cannot promise that I will be in Matinat when that happens, as perhaps it is less ideal for us to stick around. That being said, I would like to keep an eye on you. And I have sort of a means to do so if that suits you. If what they say is true and you are perhaps at least partially in danger, we should... And I do have some... I am a bit invested to see how this all unfolds, as I do have some...
One thing about the arm of justice in Matinat is they move swiftly and quick and very effectively. I don't think Pouch of Smoke, if he's not in custody already, will be free for very long. As for the Pasha, that may take some more finagling.
It does seem a tricky situation with someone so high in power here. Speaking of safety, I do have a, speaking out of character now, where was that place that we booked a couple of rooms for? And obviously you haven't gone back to. Not suspicious at all.
Oh, the silver set.
Yes, the silver set. Okay, so I will say to, maybe I should make an appearance there just to, like, make sure that we still have the rooms and whatnot. There is a room that I have at the silver set for hopefully at least another night, and I can renew that if you need somewhere new to stay.
Oh, what a lovely establishment.
Yes, it's quite nice. And hopefully it would be very difficult for someone to track you there, I suppose. That is an ideal place to lodge, at least for the evening. I do believe you're right. The arm of justice does seem to move quickly. I've been very impressed with how fast this is all unfolded.
Well, let's be off. And the two of you... so you take her to the silver set, get her set up there. There's 2 days left on your rooms. The proprietress, slumbering beneath smoke, is very excited for your return. She was worried, especially when guards came in brandishing images of your friends. She of course did not disclose any information, but
I will say yes. Well, it is what I believe to be a big misunderstanding, but you can understand why they are not about as much lately, although I'm sure this will be cleared up soon. So I do appreciate your discretion. And as I say that, I will just put my hand down on the counter, underneath which are a couple of gold pieces as a thank you.
of course, I believe in the privacy of my guests above all else.
And I do have a guest that would like that needs to stay here tonight.
Your rooms are yours, my dear friend. Your rooms are yours to use and invite a guest as you wish.
Very well. Well, if anyone asks, didn't see us. And I'll show Book of Tales to their room. I don't know. I'll just give them Corvus's and Ozo's room. Ozo obviously doesn't need it.
Yep. Yeah, so you get them all sorted out. Meanwhile, back at the hovel, not a hole, most of the day has gone by with no sign of Corvus at this point.
At some point, as we're sitting around, Andra is going to pull out her damaged book, and the tincture that she made from the ritual days ago now. And as it seems to be a fairly dull day there, she's going to go all the way into the back behind the curtain where people slept the night before, with a single dancing light so she can read, and apply the tincture to her eyes.
Cool. You apply the tincture to your eyes and begin to read the book. The book is dense and heavy and very technical, but the tincture rewrites the book as you read it. And you begin to learn that this is the early accountings of a young wizard. A young wizard who, much like yourself, had questions that weren't being answered by his instructors. Let's see. Go away. Thank you. You learn that this wizard is one Azine Bashir. And he is writing his memoirs, or like a journal. It's like a recounting of his early days. And you get about as far as when he decides that the only way to really learn what he wants to learn is to delve into secrets that people either don't know or aren't willing to share. So that's where you get to in the time that passes here. Renata and Selenar, do you have anything to add?
Nope. Selenar is also reading his treatise on the founding of Madanet.
Cool. You learned that Madanet was originally a much smaller company with a small community that was put together out of people who had like fled from other catastrophes and were hiding from arcane storms and sandstorms and all this kind of stuff. And eventually one group took refuge in a cave, and that cave proved extremely resistant to an arcane storm. Come to find out, it was marble, deep underground, and the marble, like for whatever reason, like helps protect people from the arcane storms. So they eventually like started mining the marble and kind of selling it to other communities, and then they found out that the bay right nearby is rich with oysters and therefore pearls. So pearls and marble became the foundation of the Madanet economy. And then like spices were added into the mix, and it's a very like dry reading, but it's interesting.
Sure.
Meanwhile, Lunine.
I'm sorry, Jared.
Yeah.
If I may, real quick.
Yeah.
If I were to, so I know I don't see it, but do I get a tingling sense that from the list that the manager gave me that my job here is done, so to speak?
You have no reason to think that you would.
Book of Tales?
No.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Lunine, you are visited again by burning sands on the shining sea. Transgressor Lunine.
2 visits. I'm quite flattered.
Well,
Put away with pleasure.
I am here to inform you that your sentence has been reduced due to testimony and evidence provided to the court system of Madanet. Your charges are being reduced to vigilantism in the 1st degree. This is a fine of 200 gold pieces in time served. Sorry, 500 gold pieces in time served.
I unfortunately don't have access to the family funds right now.
If you need to take out a loan, arrangements can be made. There are plenty of bounty hunters who do such work.
Alright, and how long do I have to serve? And serve what?
You misunderstand. Time served means however long you've already spent in prison is enough.
Ah. Alright then.
Very well.
Well, what?
Are you able to pay the 500 gold pieces?
Not at the moment. I had some on me, but
Your effects are held in safe storage. Now, you have the option of either working off the debt for Madanet or engaging a private equity firm. Private equity firms are faster and reliable. They also are, well, you'll have to pay them back.
Right. Any other option?
Hard labor. 500 gold pieces should take about, in the marble mines, about 18 months.
The mines. Surely there's nothing else I can do.
Hard labor is hard labor.
Hard labor could also be getting rid of some monsters or other such things.
There are plenty of would-be adventurers willing to do such things.
Yes, but in service of the city.
Why else?
Well, I guess it's not something I can talk you into. What is your suggestion for someone who is not from this area?
If I were in your position, I would probably ask to be represented by a private equity firm for a loan. It would get you out of here quicker. And I would suggest the same for your friend. The marble mines are treacherous, dangerous, and survival is not a guarantee there.
I figured as much. Alright. I'll get the equity then.
Very well. Sometime later, a small little squat goblin figure and a tiny little kobold is brought before you. They are both in very nice robes, and like the kobold has like what looks to be like gold medallions, like kind of adorning like his shoulders and chest, kind of like in a big old necklace. Like, you ever seen those big gold things? Hello, my friend. We are Scrip and Scrap. We are told that you are eager to engage the services of a equity house to achieve your, your bail, to be released from these establishments.
Yes. Yes.
Very well. We offer a wide variety of options. How much is your bail?
500.
Okay, 500 is an impressive amount. Do you have any collateral or anything to pay towards the principal now?
I can spare 100 gold.
Oh, that's very good. Very well. So then the
Duck that now.
loan would be for 400 gold. Very well.
Yes.
The terms are simple. We will happily pay the 400 gold to the slab coffers. You will be released. You will also be fitted with a binding agreement. The binding agreement pretty much means that you have to pay us back. If you attempt to go too far, the binding agreement may cause you pain.
Understood.
Yes. You have as much time as you need, but eventually the binding agreement will become quite tight. So we recommend a quick payment, for such a hefty sum as 400 gold pieces, we wouldn't recommend dallying too long. If you have a way to get a quick influx of cash, it's probably a good idea. You seem to be quite a capable individual based on your appearance and the fact that you have 100 gold to put towards your bail immediately. So, I would recommend that you agree on this. So the payback is, of course, with a 20% index. So by loaning you 400, you will pay back 400 plus an additional 20% for 80 gold pieces. So you will owe us 480. Unless, of course, the binding goes too deep, in which case we'll have to, well, we'll deal with that further down the road. I'm sure it'll be fine. Yeah! So you in? Mr. Scrap.
We have many other options. So, yeah.
Great! And the goblin pulls out a piece of paper and pushes it through for you with a pen to sign. You read it, and it's the agreements as they've laid out.
I sign.
Okay. Great. All right. We got him, Scrimp. Yes, very good. All right, my friend. So, if you would be so kind as to extend your hand through the bars.
I extend my hand through the bar.
Excellent. He produces a thin kind of like rod, or it's not really a rod, it's more like a thin plank of something. And it seems like it's kind of like a little bit like crescent moon shaped if you look at it like on the profile. He raises his hand and slaps it down on your wrist, and it closes around your wrist, and you see it glows brightly for a hot second. And then you have this like 1 inch wide bracelet on your wrist.
Hot.
Yes, that is the binding agreement. By doing this, we will of course remove the agreement when you pay back your loans in full. You should know that if you go more than 600 miles, the binding agreement will contract and sever your hand. Also, if you go over a year without making any sort of initial deposit back to the loan, we will be forced to send trackers after you, who will bring you back to us, and then, well, we'll take it from there, I suppose.
Yes, I won't come to that.
Excellent news. Well, Scrimp and Scrap are very happy to have served you this day. Now we're going to go talk with, I believe, your protege. And they head off somewhere else. The guards unlock your cell. They bring you through processing. You regain all of your gear. It's all there. And they hold you until Scrimp and Scrap come by, and you pay the 100 gold, and they pay the remaining 400 gold. You are released from the slab.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I head back to the other inn that we were at.
The silver set?
Yep.
Great. You head back towards the silver set. Andra, Renata, and Selenar. The sun is beginning to set. You have not heard from Corvus. As the night begins to get long in the tooth here, what do you want to do?
So, do you think we should be concerned We could still send idea into the inn to see. We talked briefly about sending idea into the slab to check on our on Ozo at least, since
When were you expecting Corvus to come back here?
I mean, he left with what's her name, Book of Tales, to do the and I'm pretty sure they were gonna go off. They left with a mage to do the ritual, which takes a couple of hours. So it's like it's now getting to be kind of a long time from to be gone, but you know, he told me to meet him at a fountain, but like I don't think he realized how long this ritual was going to be.
Which fountain?
The one on the street corner near the barrister's office.
Do I know of this fountain that is being described? Or does Celadar know of the fountain?
No.
I mean, I just have a vague directions to get there. It didn't sound like a place I really wanted to hang out all afternoon, particularly as I was going to have to keep disguising myself to be out in public. So
Fair. So you're hoping that Corvus will realize
I mean, we could
you
go
not
there,
being at the fountain, he would come here?
maybe?
Which is not unreasonable.
No. We could also we could go there now and attempt to message him. We could
Well, we'd
also
have to know where he is for that.
Well, if he asked me to meet him at this fountain, I think that means that he was planning to be in the vicinity. Which, I don't really know. He said something about a barrister thing, but I'm not sure where that is, except presumably near this fountain. Or
Well, I'm happy to get out of this room for a bit. Renata, you said you're fairly certain we're still safe here, yeah? And I know that last night they hadn't seen you here at all, so perhaps Andra and I will go look for Corvus and the others.
maybe check in on our friends in the slab.
That would be fine. But please, be careful and be quick about it.
Sure, you going to be okay here by yourself?
I think I can pass the time.
Okay. Cool. So, gonna put my street urchin disguise back on. Mark off another spell slot.
And Selenar will go cat mode again, and we will go child and cat.
To the
Team.
fountain.
Great. So you end up at the corner of X and Y, and there is indeed a fountain there.
Cool. Andra as child is going to is there like an edge of the fountain that you can sit on?
Mm-hmm.
And attempt to send a message to Corvus. Be like, hey, hope you're in range. I'm at the fountain. How much longer are you gonna be? You can reply to this message.
Yeah, so it's a cantrip, right? Message?
Yes.
So
correct.
you start like pointing in directions like all around the fountain. You do it like 6 times and nothing.
Alright, I guess he's not around here.
Let me take a look. And Jared, you tell me if this isn't how this works, but in wild shape, curl up in Andra's hood, and then go into Mr. Whisker's view. Because he's still summoned, so I think he's following us.
Yeah.
Even though I'm a cat.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I don't see why not.
Yeah. So, okay. So I'm just flying 100 feet above us, looking for any sign of anyone we might know.
Have Mr. Whiskers make a perception check.
That is a +3. I will roll a d20. So 12.
Great. Mr. Whiskers sees through, or wait, you're warging through, you said, so really it's your perception. So what's 9 plus your perception score?
16.
Okay, great. So with a 16, you're looking through, and you do see a familiar figure walking down the road. You see a well-built, lithe individual in nice clothes with a sword and an empty scabbard at one hip and a sword in a scabbard in another. Pink, green skin highlights and like a wreath of brambles or twigs or something around his head, or maybe coming out of his head. You see Lunin walking in a direction.
Well, I can't message as Mr. Whiskers, so I direct Mr. Whiskers to fly and make himself known, and please lead Lunin back to the fountain.
Lunin, a familiar-looking owl swoops down in front of your face and begins hopping on the ground in front of you as you walk towards the silver set.
What do you want?
It flies up around your head and like is obviously trying to lead you in a direction.
Lunin let out a heavy sigh and just follow the owl.
You follow the owl not too far out of your way, actually, and come to a fountain where you see a urchin child. Probably not urchin at this point because it's in a decent neighborhood. So you see a child.
A child
Yeah, you see where you see a child and a cat.
with a very full hood.
So as Lunin is approaching, I remind Andra that I cannot cast message in this form, but I've brought Lunin to us.
Great.
You may want to tell him who we are.
When Lunin comes into view, I will send him a message that says, "Hey, it's Andra. Me and Selenar are sitting on the fountain. We're looking for Corvus. He said he would meet us here, but he didn't give us a time, so we don't know where he is."
That's unfortunate. I got released from prison. Ozo is on the way as well, but I'm headed back to the Silver Set because I haven't slept in days. And I need a bath.
Great.
Reasonable. So I can talk in cat form, so if you're close enough, a cat that is curled up in Andra's hood just says in straight up common, that sounds reasonable.
That doesn't faze Lunin in the slightest. He comes from a town of animal people.
There's also a dead rat in my hood, so it's a very crowded hood.
Yeah.
Selenar did
just
not
looks
kill the
at
rat.
you with very tired eyes and just turns around and continues back to the Silver Set.
Cool.
Great.
All right.
Well, at least we know where he's going.
Great. Now what? He said that Ozo's being released. Does Ozo know where the hovel is?
I don't. Jeff, the player, does not remember.
Ozo does not know.
Cool. So let's swing by the front door of the slab and see if we can intercept them. Or maybe we
Sure.
let them go back to the silver set too, where they will find a stranger in their room, but Andra doesn't know that. And we can find them there tomorrow.
Well, you know what in the that book of tales is in, right? Where she works?
Yes.
Perhaps Corvus
Scorpion.
went. Perhaps Corvus went there with her.
Perhaps. This is starting to feel like a little bit of a wild goose chase.
It absolutely is, but I am at a loss.
Cool. Andra's gonna start walking. And is gonna walk. Where is the slab relative to this fountain? It's not nearby, right?
It is closer than the rabbit scorpion is.
Cool. I would like to just stroll by the slab.
Okay, it's also in the opposite direction.
Of course it is. Stroll by anyway. Like, not get close to the entrance, but just, like, on the city streets closest to it.
Okay. Yeah, so you two begin heading that direction.
And as we get close, I will just periodically send out a message in the direction of the slab going, Ozo? Ozo?
Great.
And
great.
if we get past it and I don't get a response, then we will sort of take the scenic route.
Sure.
Should we try the rabbit scorpion, or should we just go back to...
Well, so we're going to cut away from you as you're kind of like heading towards the slab.
You're kind of wandering town, basically.
Yeah. Corvus. You are in the main room with Book of Tales of the silver set, kind of having a little bite to eat. When a familiar figure enters through the doorway, you see Lunine.
We went to the wrong inn.
I do the immediate Coldplay Jumbotron. Just kidding. That's called pop culture references. You'll get it one day.
You assume she's interested.
No, I don't.
Oh.
That's just the joke Sarah's been making this whole time. Yeah, okay, so Corvus notices that and goes, oh, well, the arm of justice does move fast here, apparently. And I'm just going to watch. I'm not saying hey to Lunine as they come in.
I was going to say, are you
probably
in
look-
a
Cool.
guise that Lunine would recognize?
Cool.
I don't care.
So you are sitting there eating. Book of Tales sees, and she goes, "Oh, Mr. Lunine, it's so good to see you. My voice has returned. Join us."
That sounds great. I need a bath first if I need to, before I do anything.
Oh, of course. We'll get you some food ready for your return.
Just so you're aware, Book of Tales will be spending the night in my room tonight. Is Ozo joining us?
Ozo will be...
Says a man you have never seen before to you.
Again, don't know, don't care.
But at this point...
All right, no,
He's a changeling.
Oh wait, no, you turned back to Corvus Vanilla, didn't you?
My joke with Charles Finback is he's Vanilla Corvus with a mustache. Like, that's
Oh.
like disguise. So like, I probably still have the mustache on, if we're being honest.
Okay.
So I look like what Lunine's seen, but I have a mustache.
Also, Lunine knows you're a changeling.
Uh-huh.
Right?
Yeah, it's not hard to put together. I'm just setting the scene. That's all.
Right. Well,
Yeah,
because
but
he's
I didn't go out of my way to like make any appearance for Lunine. Is my point. If I have a mustache, suddenly, that's it.
Cool.
Right.
Ozo will be along.
Great. Well, they will have a slightly different mate. I am very relieved to hear it. They'll be joining us as well.
I saw Selenar and Andra. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know
they
where
at the fountain?
They were, yeah.
Okay, if you could excuse me, Book of Tales. I'm so sorry. I let me go collect the other two. I should really check in, and I'm gonna go see if I can hustle to their last known location.
Cool. Lunine goes up. Yeah, Lunine goes up to a bath. Your page boy James is like very excited you're back. Gets you hot water, all the suds, and you have a wonderful bath. Corvus, you get to the fountain. No sign.
My bath wine.
No sign of your friends. But go ahead, and make an investigation check. See if you can find any clues here.
Also, as Andra and I are roaming back through this area, Selenar is alternating between seeing through cat eyes and seeing through Misker Whiskers as he's flying around above us.
Sure. With a 15, good to know.
Now a traveling circus.
With
I should have taught everyone in the group how to leap behind some sort of thieves' cant scribbling.
with a 15, you do find Lunine's boot prints in the light coating of dust that has kind of like come to be at like twilight in the city. And you see it like goes up to a single pair of smaller boots and then goes back towards the direction you came from, towards the silver set. The smaller pair of boots seems to head in the direction that Lunine was going, or had come from, would be a better way to say that. And it is easy for you to figure out, based on the reconnaissance you've done, that it's heading in the direction of the slab.
True, this checks out. We did mention this is possibly today. So I will, we'll follow that child and cat. I don't know if I saw the cat friends.
Nope.
You wouldn't.
No.
He's
Nope. You just saw one set of small boot prints, which, Andra,
Fair enough.
that's what you're expecting.
Yeah. The cat's on my shoulder.
And you do know that Selenar can change his shape, so whatever. So you begin trekking that way, moving quickly. Between the warging into Mr. Whiskers and Corvus's tracking abilities, I'd like you both, Selenar and Corvus, to make survival checks.
Oh, dang it.
okay. I got a 26.
Am I
Yeah,
also making a survival check?
no.
Okay, great.
Selenar,
I was hoping in the city that would have been better.
you absolutely see the form of Corvus kind of tracking your trail as you are warged into Mr. Whiskers at one point.
I do the same thing I did with Lunine.
Caw.
Yeah, familiar owl swoops down, kind of claws an arrow into the dirt and flies off in a direction.
Mr. Owl Pants, we meet again.
I unwarg and, well, I assume I stay in warging until I confirm Corvus makes the turn in the direction that I indicated,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's easy enough to do.
and then unwarg and inform Andra. I found a Corvus. He should be joining us shortly. We should wait for him here.
Okay, cool.
He'll only be a moment. He's just a few blocks away.
All right. I'm going to look for somewhere that's not like the middle of the square to wait for Corvus.
Yeah, there's still people milling about. Like, the evenings are busy in Madnat because people like sleep during the middle of the day, so they're up later into the night.
Sure.
So it's very easy to like not be noticed. as you're going about waiting for Corvus, who does eventually join up with you.
Cool.
Well, you did make it to the fountain, I see. That didn't time out, did it?
No, it's been a hot second.
Yeah, there was a bit of interrogation after the ritual. I did not account for.
I see. I don't know where Ozo is. Lunine thought that they would be released this evening. I've not been
Yes,
able to find
I
them.
heard the same. I'm hoping that is the case. Can I? Sorry, I meant to totally say this, and I did not. I would have left just a note for the woman back at the Somerset to, if Ozo did come in without me saying, just warn them that there's a person in their room. It's not me.
Yeah.
If that's doable. Yeah.
Cool. Well, in that case, we found you, which means we don't need to go back to the Rabid Scorpion. So I think we should go back to the Dust Burrow.
Yeah. So you left that one alone.
We did.
We
He seemed to
think
think
they're gonna.
everything was fine.
Yeah, they say that, don't they?
He indicated
They
this
do.
morning that he needs to come around. It's as if he doesn't want help.
No, he is quite stubborn, and I must admit, it's pretty frustrating. But as someone who has,
Yeah, I feel
anything
after
to
the
tell them-
last 6 months we've been together, he would be a little more open with us.
I too would have thought that.
So perhaps we should
But
go
I'm
back
holding out a little. Yes.
and check up on him, because he's still stuck in the hovel because he can't show his face.
Well, one does hope that they are still inside the hovel. We know that they are a bit impulsive,
Although with
impatient,
Lunine and Ozo
rash.
released,
Uh,
maybe we
Perhaps-
can.
Perhaps we are no longer fugitives?
we may not necessarily be wanted immediately by the authorities, but I will tell you this: what I learned today. Let's walk and talk.
Sure.
The vigilantism is still frowned upon heavily in the city, and so they do not deny that crimes were committed. I don't know what that means. I didn't talk to Lunine. I'm sure they didn't let them off scot-free, and I cannot imagine they wouldn't be happy to pick up any one of us questioning. I myself had a bit of questioning that got slightly uncomfortable, but I don't think the situation has changed. But what I'm saying is I don't know yet if we're not wanted. Is what I'm saying. And also,
Cool.
there's that whole Feline gang that was hanging out outside the hall, and it's getting dark. So.
Sure. So perhaps we should get back to the hovel.
Yes, I think so.
Cool. So we're gonna make our way.
Cool.
Back.
Great. Renata, you watch Andra and Selenar leave you alone in the hovel as they head off towards the fountain. What are you going to do?
I'm gonna give it a few minutes until they leave, to make sure that there is time that I am alone. Lots of different thoughts have been racing through Renata's head. The longer he stays inside this house, the more trapped he feels. He is getting impatient, hates the waiting game. So after a good 5 or 10 minutes after Selenar and Andra leave, Renata will kind of just, Renata will think upon a time when, back in his youth, when one of the guys was like leaving his house, you know, a lot of them would always feel inclined to say something to me. And this one in particular had said, whoever pays the piper picks the tune. And that thought kind of races back to the forefront of his memory. So Renata mutters that to himself. And after he mutters that, he will step outside.
Okay, cool. You step outside, the sun beginning to set. It's a sight you've seen a million times, you know? It's the old neighborhood. It's what it is. And as you... you
Go
don't...
ahead, finish.
No, you don't see anything. Which is weird, because there should be people out on the street right now. But you don't see anyone. Even here in Talos Rut, like, there should be people around. It's still part of the day when people are active, so... Where is everybody? So you don't see the invisible dagger stab you in the side. And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Right up. 13.
You feel the pain in your side. You begin to turn around. You catch a glimpse of like multicolored hair. And then you pass out into unconsciousness. And that's where we will end tonight's session of Nuuli Forged. Oh, Taco Senmashu, you came just in time for the end.
Yay!
Yay! Just in time to see
Time getting this.
Renata get stabbed in the side by an invisible
About
person.
to say in the end of Renata.
Yep.
Well, presumably he's not dead, just unconscious.
Feels like it.
I'm
Sure.
not dead yet.
He's unconscious on the sidewalk in the worst part of town with an assailant who has just stabbed him.
Which,
Seems fine.
by the way, okay, great. By the way, you take 5 points of piercing damage and 9 points of poison damage as well. Renata.
The 9, 14.
Yeah. Cool, and you are unconscious. So thank you all very much. I hope we all had fun. You know, hey, Lunine's out of jail. That's good. Book of Tales has her voice back. You are slowly almost a party again. So we'll have to see. Hopefully that is a trend that continues forward. Yeah. We'll find out what goes on next week. So we will be back next week at 7 p.m. on Tuesday, the 19th of August. Thank you all so much for playing. I hope you had fun. And thank you, everyone who came and watched us. Thank you, Taco Sanmashu. Thank you, I've Got It. Thank you for any and all lurkers we had this evening. I do hope you had fun. I know it was a little maybe not as exciting tonight as had originally planned, but I think you all did some great stuff. You saw a really cool ritual performed. You got your buddies out of jail, and you got stabbed. So that's fun.
You know.
Yeah. Well,
I guess everybody has a different definition of fun.
yeah.
Yeah.
But we'll pick it all up here next week. Let's go ahead around and say our goodbyes. I'll figure out who we're going to raid. Let's start with Selenar.
Hello, I am Jeff. I played Selenar tonight and most Tuesdays. Next week I probably will not make it. I'd say it's like 90% likely.
Okay.
Because it's our second anniversary, so we'll probably be out. But who knows? Yeah. In any case, we're happy to be a party again. It's been lots of split party for the past like month of games.
Yes.
Yes.
So yeah, fun game though.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Next up, we've got Renata.
Hello, that's me. Wow, what a predicament. Everyone's excited to be back together as a party, but wait till they find out next week that Renata fucks it up. So, yeah, join us. Find out what happens when they find out that party is not 100% together yet. But we're getting closer.
It's rough and mad in that. Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Wanted to come here.
Next up, we got Lunine.
Music.
I'm Tanner. I played Lunine. I'm happy to be out of jail. And Lunine's happy to have a bath.
Wonderful. Both very good things. Thanks so much.
Assisted by his page boy.
Next up.
No.
Next up, we got Corvus.
Yo, this is has and is still Matt playing Corvus and sometimes a variety of other characters. Yeah. One day we'll get the party back together. Maybe.
Good idea.
And perhaps it'll be time to leave Matinee.
Oh, no.
Next up, Andra.
Hey, that's me. I am Sarah. I have been Andra Grandspark, questioning the utility of the only two members of the party who can cast message constantly running off together. Therefore,
We need a sending somewhere in the party.
Yeah, check us out next week and find out what happens to Renata, who's apparently bleeding out on the sidewalk. And Ozo, who might be out of jail, and may or may not know about the stranger in her bedroom. And you can catch up if you've missed any of this scintillating developments. You can catch our past episodes on YouTube. That's all I got.
Well, thank you so
I
much.
forgot the rest of the spiel.
Thank you all so much for watching. I'm Jared. I've been your humble dungeon master here on Nuuli Forged. You can indeed check out all our old episodes on YouTube, and you can give us a follow on Instagram, Blue Sky, or Threads, or that's kind of where we stick to. Threads, not so much, but like, you know, Blue Sky and
That's just
Instagram.
kind of a hellhole.
They all are, really. But thank you so much for joining. We will see you next week. We're going to hop in this raid here. We're going to raid Top Down Tabletop. They're playing some D&D over there. So let them know that they've been newly raided. Use the emotes and whatever if you'd like. And we'll see you next week on Tuesday the 19th at 7 p.m. Thank you all so much. Be kind, be safe, be smart, make good choices, have fun, and I don't know, make an escape plan. It's crazy out there. We are very grateful for your presence and your time. Thanks so much. Have a great week. Be safe. And we'll see you next time here on Nuuli Forged. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye. Oh, and big shout out to I've Got It for modding. Thank you so much. All right. Bye now. Bye.
Right there.
I don't know how to do that. I never can.